Hey y'all, what's going on? What's going on? Let me know if you all can hear me. Uh-oh. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Hey y'all, what's going on? Okay, so y'all can hear me. Give me just a second. Let me get this what's going on, everybody? Happy, what is today, child? Today is Thursday. We are live again, y'all. What's going on? Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Okay, here we go. All right, we doing a little something here. All right. What's up, y'all? What's up? I decided to go live again because I wanted to give my take on this whole Monique situation. Because I see people online talking about it. So I wanted to give my 2 cents on it, honey. That's what I wanted to do. So listen, welcome back, y'all. Please make sure you hit the like button, share this video out, make sure you let everybody know we're live. I'm pretty sure that this won't get the views as others will give, but we definitely gonna talk, okay? So let me speak to everybody and then we're gonna get into the tea, okay? What's going on, Jimmy Bell? Welcome. Thank you for being here. What's going on, Keto Walker? What's going on, T Trisha? How are you, love? What's going on, Ruthie? Hey, Miss B. Oh, you are so welcome. And we are praying. We're always praying. We're always keeping you lifted in prayer. And we're praying for a recovery for you. God bless you for sure. What's going on, Gossip News and True Crime Network? Long time no see, I feel like. What's going on, Terry? How are you, love? How are you? Hey, Demetria Glenn, what's going on? How are you? Okay, listen, y'all. First of all, y'all show some love to the channel. Show some love to the channel. You guys know how to do that. If please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and then also bless the Cash App. Bless the Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And I just want to let everybody know that this is going to be a real conversation. Yeah, it's gonna be something. Yes, we are ready to hear what the testimony is going to be, because God is going to show enough give her a testimony. Amen. I believe that. All right, y'all. So listen, you guys know that we are doing our raffle, okay, which is donations of $25 or more um over to the crowd fund, which is helping us produce our shows, or to the Cash App with crowd fund in the memo line, okay? All right, it is greatly appreciated. You want to go ahead and join in on the things of the things, all right? This is going to be a wonderful gift card. All right. All right. Today is the last day to apply for Hotline Bling chat room. So make sure you guys head over to our website and apply. All right. Okay. I don't know why. No. Okay, there we go. Anyway, I have been busy with my senior year of college and my internship. I totally understand. I understand. I was writing for Monique after the Club Shay Shay interview, but the back and forth with her son online is childish and disgusting. It absolutely is. So we're going to get into this for sure. Okay. So let's get into this. There has been this back and forth over the last couple of days between Monique and her son. Now, here's what I'm going to say. All things are alleged, and in my opinion, all right, this is fair use commentary. And Monique, of course, did her interview with Shannon Sharp, and in her Hey QT, in her interview with Shannon Sharp, she brought up the relationship with her son. Okay, and what her son decided to do was he decided to go on his TikTok and he responded finally to her because we do not hear from him often. And what I want Twitter to stop doing is when people get ready to defend themselves in any type of way or tell their true feelings, y'all like to try to diminish them. And I don't think that that's right at all. Y'all try to diminish people's feelings. You try to diminish people's truth. And I don't feel like that's right. Allow someone who is an adult be able to give you what's going on in the moment. Like, it's so unfair to sit back and not allow him to speak, but allow Monique to give this narrative to her fans. Like, it's just not cool. It's not cool, right? Okay, so I'm not gonna play the response that she made, but after Shalon's first response, here comes Monique and her daddy. I'm not gonna call him no daddy. That is her daddy. Okay, that is who she called daddy. That is who she bump her guns and call daddy. And again, as I stated before, um, I relate to like the gaslighting, the deflection, the not wanting to accept any type of accountability. Like, I can relate so much. But anyway, hey, Simply Elegant One, thank you for coming in. I feel like, again, and in his response, y'all, this is what's crazy to me. In his response, he didn't bash her. He didn't bad talk her. He didn't do anything. What he did was he provided context as to what was going on. He didn't bash her. I'm quite sure that there are things that he can say that will really lay everything all out. But he did not do that. And this is the thing that irritates me the absolute most. Hey, Trending at some point, hey. The thing that irritates me the most is it's almost I don't I don't know. I know this story. It really hits home for me because the same thing that Monique is doing is the same thing that my mom does, and it's sad. It is absolutely sad. Hey, Yumina. Hey, Bama girl. Hey, everybody coming in. What's going on? It's sad that you would do this. It is so sad that you would do this. Again, he didn't lay out any dirty laundry. He didn't do anything. He provided context. So then here comes Monique with these text messages. I really at that point felt like those of you who talk about how much you love Monique, you should be able to tell her that what she's doing, it just ain't it. And you wonder why people say something about your mothering skills. You putting out those text messages and exposing those text messages for what though? Because in all honesty, they proved absolutely nothing but the point that he was making. I'm going to tell y'all what was the most irritating thing about those text messages for me. Every time he would reach out to her, she would say, "Can I get back with you in an hour? Can I get back with you in 3 hours? Can I get back with you in 4 hours?" I'm pretty sure whenever daddy is not around you and he call you your daddy, I'm pretty sure you pick up the phone and you talk to him no matter what. I feel like if you can text me and tell me that you are busy and you need a little time, that means you can also pick up the phone and tell me as well. I don't care what nobody say. It take more energy to pull out your phone and text somebody that versus picking up the phone and calling them. Then on top of that, the text messages was from 2021. It proves what? It proves that you are proving this man right. And the good thing about it is he can articulate his words. And I love that about him. Monique's red flags come in at the point to where she doesn't take accountability for absolutely anything. I really want to listen to his last response. And this was after the messages were exposed. Okay. So give me just one moment. I'm going to pull this up. You guys, please make sure that you hit the like button. All right. As you come on up in here, please hit the like button and bless the channel. Bless the channel. And I'm going to try to be a little goofy about it because it is a little triggering for me because again, I'm telling y'all, I deal with the same thing. And this is why I'm able to call Monique out. And I feel like if y'all love the woman, why aren't y'all trying to help her? Like, real talk. I feel like a lot of times, and I'm guilty of it too, I'm not even going to hold y'all, but I feel like a lot of times we, instead of wanting to help people in any area that we feel that they fall in, especially when we love them, it just feels like it, or at least you portray like you love them. I'm just saying. But you know, anyway, let's get into it. I get irritated with this. Okay, so we're gonna do latest. Somebody saying that this situation is entertaining is so out of line in my opinion. There's nothing entertaining about this. It really isn't. It really isn't entertaining. If anything, it's embarrassing. Or should be embarrassing. Okay, hold on, y'all. I see YouTube like to play with numbers and stuff, but that's okay. I ain't tripping. I already knew it wasn't gonna be too many people up in here because a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. That's what it is. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth, finance. But you must adhere to the truth. Okay, anyway. All right, you guys see my screen here, okay? I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear it, but let me make sure. Okay, I hope you guys are able to hear it. Let me know if you guys are able to hear this.
Here we go again, right? Hi, I'm Shalon. I'm gonna jump right into it. I guess the intelligent thing to do when assuming that your son is having a mental episode is to post personal screenshots of text messages that are 3 years old in an attempt to validate a false narrative as if they are some type of receipt. You also invaded the privacy of my daughter's grandparents by posting your receipts. Neither
Y'all
of you
hard
should
headed.
never
Can
speak
y'all
on
hear
mental
this?
health again if you thought that that idea was a good
Hold
one.
on. I just want to make sure y'all can hear this. Please let me know if y'all can hear this. Because I hate to get halfway through and then y'all be like, yeah, we can't hear nothing. They could mean because Monique acts like she's above it and needs to protect us babies, but she a whole demon. Oh, child. Could y'all hear that? Thank you, Yumina. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Because I needed to know. All right, let's keep going.
Here we go again, right? Hi, I'm Shalon. I'm gonna jump right into it. I guess the intelligent thing to do when assuming that your son is having a mental episode is to post personal screenshots of text messages that are 3 years old in an attempt to validate a false narrative as if they are some type of receipt. You also invaded the privacy of my daughter's grandparents by posting your receipts. Neither of you should never speak on mental health again if you thought that that idea was a good one. As a person who lives with mental health issues, let me be the first to educate you that there are individuals who have taken their lives, harmed, and also taken the lives of others for doing the very thing that you so proudly did in your.
Hold on, before I go any further, let me add a little context to what's happening here. By the way, I got this off of Twitter, courtesy of the Art of Dialogue. I must say that. But let me give you guys a little bit of background in case if you haven't seen his videos. He's looking at his notes. He stated that he has to make notes because he he's kind of like Monique, yeah, where he'll ramble off to the side in conversation. So he says he does this so that he doesn't get flustered and kind of talk around in circles and all of that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to make sure I added that because I've been seeing people say, "Why are you looking at child?" One thing I will say is he's able to articulate his words better than Monique's daddy.
Fan base pats you on the back for, which is very telling to how strangers will buy into your toxicity. Picking up the phone to check on your son that you believe is having a mental episode to make sure that he is okay, while also making sure that your granddaughter is safe, is too much to ask, I guess. For those wondering, I have gone to therapy on several different occasions, and that is not something that I will ever be ashamed of. I have even gone to therapy with my mother on several occasions. But for those who know how efficient therapy only works when both people are being open.
You remember somebody said yesterday, someone said, they need to go to therapy. That will fix it all. No, 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 no. See, I think what we do and what we've garnered and done is, again, this is a tactic for Monique not to take any accountability, because what needs to happen is you need to go to therapy by yourself so you can uncover your own traumas first. I mean, come on now. That is the purpose of therapy. You go, you uncover your traumas, you figure out resources and things to help you get through these things. That's what it's meant for. You can't just pop up and go to therapy with your son expecting to then all of a sudden start having a good relationship. No, you need to uncover your own bandages first before you start working on the, and unfortunately that is how life works. We have to uncover the things that are hindering us from moving forward. And clearly, something in your life, something in your childhood is keeping you from moving forward, which again, you've stated several times that whole, uh, I'm 15 years old in my mind and hear this man come over here, being my daddy and raising me. Girl, again, just speaking real true facts here, it's time to take some accountability. She needs to go to therapy by herself first to uncover all of that hurt and trauma. Cause you not healed, mamas. I guarantee you're not healed at all.
My mother was still in her 15-year-old mentality phase during that time, so I guess I understand why she did not know how to be open with me during our sessions. When a person becomes accustomed to being a victim and others get used to seeing them as one, they live their lives in a state of internalization.
I don't agree that group therapy and family therapy works when you have not uncovered the things going on with you first. That's like, to me, this is, and again, this is just my opinion. That's kind of like jumping to something to fix it when you have other hurdles to go through first before you start trying to fix something that you can't fix because you haven't healed from your past stuff. You have to address those things before you uncover all other things. That's just my take on it. I don't feel like that's a way of healing by jumping to something else when you haven't healed the first thing, because you yourself have to take into the relationship with your son. You can't do that if you have all these extra traumas built up. So she definitely needs to go to therapy for herself first. All right. And to answer your question, sweet essence, this video is actually from like early this morning. So this was after Monique exposed the text messages yesterday. But he did it like early this morning, something like that. But this is the most recent video that he's done so far. Yes.
Meaning you consistently receive another's approach as an attack, constantly putting you under the illusion that you need to always be on the defense, even in situations where there is no actual attack, just an acknowledgement of things already said by you. One should not feel attacked by an acknowledgement of the words that they stand on. You eventually become a passive aggressor. To address the men that had something to say in regards to men don't do what I'm doing, let me be very clear. How I man is none of your business. What and how I feed my family has no place on your plate. For every person,
I really agree with him. I find it very ironic that men can say this is not how you're supposed to be a man when y'all are literally no shit niggas. Like, you can't tell nobody how to be a man when you don't even pay or see your child. You can't say nothing to me. Heterosexual men who are deadbeat dads and ain't got nothing going on for themselves, you cannot tell me how to be a man. You just cannot. And I have always stated this. You keep that for your daddy, keep it for your uncle, keep it for whoever you want to. You can't come around here and tell nobody how to be a man at all when you don't even got your stuff lined up. Let's keep it a buck.
That stated I should not have come to the internet, I would just like to ask, what do Club Shay Shay, the articles about my mother and I's relationship, the interviews about our relationship, and Instagram all have in common? Well, if you are competent, the internet. Furthermore, I did not expose my mother, nor did I badmouth my mother. I simply provided context to what was already being said about me, while also explaining why I don't speak to them directly. The reason those that feel negatively about what I said are just having a hard time differentiating between Nikki Parker and Monique. Please stop with the cornball idea that a celebrity can talk about a family member on the internet for years, but God forbid said family member says any one thing, and you all are outside with tiki torches and pitchforks defending not the actual person, but the idea of a person. These people are in an industry.
Y'all heard it. Y'all are hearing it. Y'all are hearing it from his mouth. And the fact that he can articulate his words way better than Monique's daddy is just it further shows that Miss Mamas is definitely the problem. Definitely. Let's keep going.
That is efficient at making money off of what is pretend. So in essence, you are defending a character. I love my mother, and it took the birth of my daughter to help me begin to understand the value of a mother. I am very proud of my mother, though, and I'm proud of the things that she has accomplished and will go on to accomplish in the future. My mother's bad, man. I watched that woman go from Baltimore to the moon. That drive is also in my daughter's blood. Not only is she still my mother, she's also a part of history, and I would be doing my daughter a disservice by not telling her about who my mother is and was. But since those messages that you posted were used as some type of a receipt to validate your false narrative, I figured I would take some time to gather up my receipts to validate my decision to move forward with my life without my mother in it. I do want to thank you all for listening for the now final time that I will ever address this topic, and I will leave you with my receipts.
Okay, so his receipts were y'all know how I feel about putting kids on here. I know he put them on here, but I ain't got to. So his receipts was him showing his daughter. And I think he did that just showing that Monique is not in his daughter's life. However, she has imprinted so much there that, I mean, you know, how is it that you don't really have a relationship? But also too, in those text messages, I think this, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it sounds like those text messages were, of course, when she was pregnant, when his baby's mom was pregnant, because I don't know if they're married or not. But anyway, it was when that was taking place. So she was asking, like, has she moved? Has she done this? But my thing with Monique, and the thing that I have to call out, is the fact that you kept saying in those text messages, I'll call you back in an hour. Give me 30 minutes. Give me this. Give me no. Y'all, I really have an issue with the fact that people sit back and allow this woman to use her fandom to try to deflect. There's no deflection, mamas. You got to own this. You, at this point, you got to own this. You got to also own that man that you over there calling daddy is the problem. He is absolutely the problem. You got to remember that daddy was the one that literally, it's another video where he talked about text messages, buying of the car, and more. I think that was from yesterday. That was from yesterday. Like earlier in the day, he had responded. But at the end of the day, I think even to me, the back and the forth, Monique initiated something that I don't think that she wants her daddy to control this, but you can't control somebody else's child, and you cannot control someone else's emotion. You cannot control the fact that when someone grants the opportunity to come out and say how they feel, you then try to say that they are ungrateful because you provided this for them, you provided that for them. That, I get so tired of that. That is literally how my mom does me all the time. Well, I did this for you, and you're just so ungrateful. So I'm ungrateful because I'm calling out something that needs to be called out, that makes me ungrateful for something that you did for me 20 years ago. Like, please stop. Grow up. Grow up. If y'all are doing that to y'all kids, y'all gotta stop. Especially if y'all kids grown. Stop doing that. Stop it. You do not get to use and call me ungrateful as a deflection for your behavior as being a parent. You don't get to do that. I've always said this. Number one, most know that I'm adopted, right? I have always told my mother, you have to gain the respect from me to even call me out of my name. You don't have the right to do none of that. Let's be honest about it. You also have the right to speak up and tell people how you want to be treated. Parent, grandparent, aunt or uncle. Stop it with the whole, oh, it's disrespectful. Now, of course, if they're calling you all out your name, hitting you, doing all that kind of stuff, that's disrespectful. But when you get called out on it, stop automatically saying, oh, it's disrespectful, because it's not. What I am doing is speaking up for myself and letting you know that you can no longer treat me the way that you have been treating me. And it's like when you get a pair of balls and grow up, y'all again start to deflect by saying people are ungrateful, disrespectful. That is what's happening here, and I don't like it. And it must be called out. It's so unfair for you to want to keep your children's feelings all bottled up. And then the moment that they get ready to express them, they're either being dishonest, disrespectful, disregarding the fact that you are their parent. It's not cool. So Sydney is the problem and Monique is the problem. Monique needs to go to therapy and she needs to uncover all of that hurt and that pain, regardless whether it came from her father, brother, mother. Uncover it all. This is why we cannot heal as a people, because we can't call these things out and still feel like it is done with respect. As long as I don't disrespect you, why can't you accept what I'm saying? And not necessarily accept it, but at least listen to it. Half of the time, that's not happening. I felt like it was nothing but gaslighting. It wasn't nothing but a deflection mechanism for them to go live, sitting at the lower thirds of the screen. Y'all not that slow to technology. Come on now. So busy trying to respond and actually, honestly, in my opinion, confirming everything that this young man is saying about you to be true. But notice what he did not do. He did not pull out other text messages in attempts to expose his mother. What he did was he posted pictures of his daughter to show that this is the seed of mine. And instead of you wanting to be in my life for the right reasons, here we are attempting to throw up, oh, you gave me $10,000 for a down payment or $5,000 for a down payment. Okay, what's the tea there? What's the tea? Mamas and daddies do it all the time. What's the tea? I really feel like, and I hope that they can pick up the phone and call each other and fix this. But I know that the person who controls Monique, which is her daddy, is not going to allow that to happen, unfortunately. As long as that man is around, I unfortunately, and this is just my opinion, I feel like her and her son's relationship will never be what it needs to be if that man is around and being controlling as he is in every conversation that they have. Like, dude, shut up. Let Monique talk. But then if you notice, Monique transfers that energy right over to him for him to say everything that she wants to say. In certain situations, however. I had, like, after this interview, I had a different respect for Monique. But then now seeing what you're doing to your son, it's gross and disgusting. And again, as I've stated, I told you guys, while I may really like somebody, at the end of the day, this is about holding somebody that you love accountable. All of these people, fans and stuff that say they love Monique, all I consistently seeing y'all say, in her chat. We love you, Mo. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. But why y'all not encouraging her to get off of the live and go call her son? Why are y'all not encouraging her to not be exposing things that should be done in private and behind the scenes? Honestly, in my opinion, you should not have even responded, you or your daddy. Just my opinion. I do not believe that she should have responded. So I'm gonna read some of y'all's okay. Hey, Miss Bernice, she kept being dismissive with her son like he was bothering her. Exactly. Exactly. And honestly, the son told exactly what it was. The son told exactly what it was. You were so busy chasing the fame. You were so busy, and she confirmed it in this interview. She stated that she always wanted to be famous and she was chasing the fame. She confirmed what that young man said. But the people can't see it. She literally confirmed that out of her own mouth several times in that Club Shay Shay interview. Am I wrong? No. He said it. She always wanted to be famous, wanted to be this award-winning person, wanted to do all of these things. She said it out of her own mouth. Then he comes back and confirms it by basically saying, instead of wanting to be a mother, unfortunately, you were chasing the fame. Instead of wanting to be a mother. We got somebody that you call daddy that you want to be in control of everything. This is why you have consistently lost things. Listening to that man over talk her when she finally got ready to talk, and then it's like when she got ready to talk and he overtalked her, she got real quiet. Go ahead, daddy. Go ahead, daddy. It's weird. It is so weird. I why I pray that they work this thing out. I feel like with that man right there, it's not gonna happen. I feel like it's unfortunate, but it's not going to happen. We say it all the time. Sometimes people are just in the way of certain relationships. We've known that. We've known that as a culture. We've known that. And I feel like he's in the way. I feel like he is absolutely in the way of Monique and her son. Not saying that Monique is not fully responsible for what she does and what she says. You know, but I feel like at the end of the day, this is what this is. And y'all should not have been going back and forth. I can't say that I don't blame him for finally responding, but I feel like when Monique really put out those text messages and when she allowed her daddy to speak for her, I feel like that's when the line was crossed. I really do. Some viewers enjoy drama, makes them happy. Oh, absolutely. Her dismissive way was very telling. I pray that he moves on. Monique needs to break away. Yeah, this is why I say with Monique, we can't just jump to group therapy or jump to therapy with just the two of them. Sydney doesn't need to be in a therapy session at all. Because again, what ends up needing to happen is the fact that she needs to unpeel all of her traumas, and then once she can accept those traumas, find those traumas, then she can move on to healing and repairing a relationship with her son. I dislike that YouTube has started just in the middle of a live. It will start over. Yeah, I don't know why they've been doing that. I noticed that they were doing that when I was watching somebody yesterday. They give me Rocky and Latasha Scott vibes. Interesting. Maybe without the, the cheating, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Rocky definitely gives controlling. You can see Latasha looking at Rocky for maybe words and gestures. So yes, I get exactly where you're coming from, Sharice, with that. Because it was like, as soon as she got ready to speak, he was like, and she was like, "Oh, go ahead, daddy. Go ahead, daddy. Go ahead, daddy." I was like, oh my God, you are annoying with this daddy stuff. You know, I get it. I so get it. Yeah, y'all. I maybe YouTube is doing like an update or something like that. I don't know, but they are doing that. I was watching Really Be yesterday, and it did that to me twice. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna get off YouTube. How about that? Um, so I really pray that Monique does not respond. I did see she went live earlier. I don't know if she said anything about this. I know she was working out. I'm hoping and praying that she is not responding to this because again, I feel like at the end of the day, we don't need to know all of what's going on. Y'all fix this. Y'all repair this. Fix it. But again, I think it's really hard to do um when Sydney is around. And I said this on Twitter yesterday, and I need to know if I'm just the only one who feels this way. But that my sweet babies, that seems very inauthentic. I realized that yesterday. Um uh so YouTube has updated some stuff, unfortunately when y'all watch or when the commercials pop up, that that's money in our pocket for the video for the advertisers because that's how we make our money based off our videos. People kind of think we make it based off our views and stuff, but no, we get it based off of those commercials. So that's why you'll see commercials popping up because YouTube has started doing something different. Hopefully it's to help us make more money. I ain't seen much of a, well, I have seen a difference. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna tell a lie. I have seen a difference. So that's why they do it. I believe Monique and Cat Williams tour is not going to last too long because Daddy going to get in the oh, now Tony, you might be on to something because I I heard somebody say that last night too. I, did I see that on Twitter? I might have saw that on Twitter. I don't know, but I definitely saw somebody say that. Um, you could be right. You definitely could be right because again, he is the downfall of literally everything that she's had. Y'all know what I did? I went back and I did some research, and I kind of wanted to see for real, why the Monique show was canceled. Do y'all remember Monique's show? Do y'all remember Monique's show down to the BET? Do y'all remember that? Um, if I must be honest, Monique's show was good. Remember, she had the live band. She had her guest every her guest was fire. I think that was the best, one of the best late night shows. Um, Everything Monique and Sydney said sound, yes, it does. It does. Right. It's manipulative. I agree. Hey, Mahogany. I thought that her talk show was probably one of the best shows on at that time. At that time, Monique really had something going on. I enjoyed that show. I mean, when it would go off, I'd be like, girl, I wish we had some more. It was that good. It was that good. But y'all remember, it went on a hiatus and then production just shut down. What happened to hold on one second. Let me find this thing really quick. Hold on. Okay, I think this is it. Um, Hold on, I'm getting it. Okay, yes, this is it. I'm gonna just read to you guys this little note that I had found, right? Okay, so here we go. Oh, y'all also please bless the Cash App, bless the Venmo, hit that like button, do all of the things we needed, okay? All right, here we go. So this was from July the 25th of 2017. All right, so here we go. Um, Hold on. All right. The former exec Loretta Jones convinced Monique to actually do the Monique show. Even though people say that, BET was an ish at the time, says that they worked with some really great young producers in their 3 seasons, and that the people were really passionate about their jobs, wanting to bring some positivity to late night TV, and gave attention to us and others because it was on the Black Entertainment Network. Talks about not being paid for 3 weeks in a row from production. Says that someone from accounting approached her hairstylist, which they're speaking of Monique, about the cost of a bun. And then they put in parentheses, as if I was stealing from the network to get my hair done. Says that she started off saying that Deborah Lee and her team had come to the taping of one of the shows that was discussing cancer. Deborah Lee and her team were late. Deborah never apologized for being late, just introduces all of the chefs. Monique says that she tells the group that this is something special. Again, she's telling the producers this, but the producers haven't gotten paid in three weeks. So keep that in mind. And this show with Deborah Lee at the time, it was a big thing. So she told the people, Monique says that she tells the group that this is a special event, and we know that people believe the rumors about BET and not wanting to be on the shows or networks surrounding BET because of their reputation. Wanted to make this a beautiful event for Deborah Lee and all of the people that she was working with at the time. Here we go. Sydney flies into DC the next day, trying to get an interview with Barack Obama. Loretta Jones, who was the producer, or I'm sorry, yeah, was Loretta Jones the producer? Yes, she was she was an exec. I'm sorry, she was an exec at the BET. But anyway, Sydney flies to DC the next day, trying to get an interview with Barack Obama. Says that Loretta calls and says that Deborah wants a meeting with Monique. Unfortunately, Monique didn't want to meet without Sydney. Deborah says that someone on her staff was offended by Monique's speech about cancer, stating that Monique misspoke and did not apologize. Sydney then asked who was offended, made a huge big old deal about who was offended, wanting to know who was offended so he can have Monique go apologize to that person for offending them about that particular thing, right? Again, this is alleged, y'all. This is alleged, but I'm reading this for a reason, proving a point about Sydney. Okay, where were we? Okay, so Deborah asked Monique if she could have a meeting with her separately, but Sydney refused to send the message to Monique because Deborah Lee ended up calling management at the time, and at the time, Sydney was Monique's management. She asked if she could this is my fourth commercial. Now, child, I don't know about it putting 4 commercials up in there. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot. Okay, I'm gonna have to check into that. Thank you, Lady B, for letting me know. I'm gonna have to check into that. Okay, so we talked about the speech. Okay, so then They reached out to Monique through Sydney, okay, to ask if Monique could host a retreat for the higher ups. They asked if this was a paying gig, which is Sydney. Sydney asked if this was a paying gig for Monique, and they said no. So Sydney then declined and stated that that they needed to go back and work out with the people, so because Monique wasn't doing nothing for free. She says that she's another comedian, and she doesn't do anything for free. Monique says that Loretta tells them that the Monique show kicked George Lopez in the ratings with no advertisements, but in the same breath tells them that the network is pulling the show by 50 shows. So at the time for a season, they had 100 shows, right? So you can help wrap up syndication. They may have a break, but anyway. So they're saying that Loretta then contacted because of this situation of Monique allegedly declining some stuff behind the scenes because of certain pay and certain things of certain sorts. But it sounds like Sydney is, again, the corporate of the reason why things are going on. All right. So they cut them down to 50 shows. So she then states that Loretta has no power or has no answer as to why they were cut to 50 episodes at that particular time. Monique talks about signing contracts and how there's always a clause about disparaging remarks. So she talks to Deborah Lee. The budget was being cut. Now remember, again, we go back a little bit, we're still on the fact that Monique makes some comments about a cancer special that Deborah Lee was present for during the taping of the show. Okay, so we've gone back to that. So now she's trying to talk to Deborah Lee to figure out why they have been cut down to 50 shows. Now she is bringing in big numbers. This is what they're stating. She's bringing in big numbers. Now Monique says that they are that during a meeting on the phone with Deborah's manager. So it was Sydney, Monique, Deborah, and Deborah's manager. Deborah's tone towards Monique was of one of which kind of, I think it's Sydney, always. I think it's always Sydney's tone. This is from sitcomonline.com. And I've actually seen this posted several different places. This was the first place that I saw this at. So then it goes in and it says that Monique says that during a meeting on the phone, Deborah's tone towards Mo is that of someone who has been dishonest and not genuine. Mo asks Deborah, "Do you think I am a genuine person?" Deborah says, "Sometimes," and Monique wanted to know from Deborah at that time, had she ever not been genuine? That sounds like Monique, doesn't it? Absolutely. Said that there are some back and forth between Deborah and Monique, and she tells her that from her understanding that if I was white, we wouldn't be having this conversation. And this is Mo telling Deborah. Here we go. Sydney as a manager, uncle, husband should suggest to all parties, let's go to some family counseling and work out, especially when he knows there's something. Well, you can't do that if you're going to use that as a ploy. He used that to come against Monique's son, and Monique is so like weird that she didn't even like. I don't see that happening. I just don't. They all need to heal in their own right first. I really believe that. That's what happens when you make postal workers your. Oh. Okay. So getting back to this. So Monique asked Deborah Lee, has she ever not been genuine? Says that there was a back and forth between Deborah and Mo. And from her understanding that if she was white, she wouldn't be having this conversation. All right. check my resume is what Mo tells Deborah Lee. It's not about color. If it's not wrong, if it's wrong, it's wrong. Says that this is the reason why she would not be free to do the show in the Bahamas. Remember, Deborah Lee asked her to host some retreat in the Bahamas, child, and Monique said no because they were not willing to pay Monique. Okay. The next week after she says no, that's when she finds out that the show has went from 50 episodes to then going on a production hiatus. Monique is saying out of her own mouth that at the particular time she had no clue that they were going on a production hiatus, but Sydney knew. Again, this is alleged, y'all. This is alleged. This is alleged. Okay. That Sydney knew. All right. Sydney then calls and choose out the production staff. And at that particular time, he wanted to speak with Deborah Lee. And from my understanding, based off of this here article, he never got in contact and they were never ever able to speak with Deborah Lee. They ran into Deborah Lee at it was a taping to some award show. And Deborah Lee approached Monique, and Monique told Deborah Lee to get out of her face. You know, to me, again, this is alleged, but to me, it sounds very accurate according to the fact of what we have known or what we have heard him to do in the past. It doesn't seem far-fetched. To me, it sounds like Sydney got to talking to them production folks over there crazy at the BET. You got to doing all kind of stuff when they asked Monique, if this is allegedly true, when they asked Monique to do the Bahamas trip and you said no if it's not paid. This sounds like something that she would say. Look at all of her interviews. Come on, man. This is why everyone says that they want her to talk. Yep. That's the same reason why I feel like Tyler Perry wants to have a conversation without Sydney and just with Monique. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. You out here trying to be a manager, but it sounds like you doing gutter snipe stuff. You know, he'll sit up and say, well, you know, they say daddy is the problem, but daddy know what he doing. He know what he doing. Yeah, but you heard how he talked. Have y'all heard the full audio between Tyler Perry and Monique and Sydney? Have y'all heard that full audio? There's a full audio clip. Y'all see how YouTube be doing with the numbers? Now, how we was just up at 80 something, and then now we back down to 51, and then it'll jump up in a minute, and then it's gonna jump to child to be doing all kind of stuff. No, I agree with you, QT. I think they are both the problem, but he's the reason why she can't do a lot of things. It is not a coincidence that everyone has a bigger issue with Sydney. It's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that everyone has a bigger problem with Sydney. And here's the reason why they have a bigger problem with Sydney. Because Sydney is really the mouthpiece for Monique. Now, Monique can say and do crazy things, of course, absolutely. But he does a lot of talking, a lot of, a lot of the flapping of the duck lips, just a bunch of talking out the side of his neck, that type of stuff. So I do feel like you're right. She has been the cause of a lot of things. This is why I say Monique doesn't take any accountability, because she doesn't take any accountability for anything at all. Hey, Catherine, what's going on? She doesn't take any accountability. Now, what they were saying was right before the hiatus of the Monique show that she was getting ready to bring on some fire guests too. That would have shot her ratings up, because at the particular time, George Lopez was on hiatus. So there you go again. Like it's always him doing all the bumping. All right. He does a lot of the talking. He does a lot of the bumping of the gums. He does a lot of the talking. A lot of the sideways talking, you know. And here's how she grew up her people. I love us for real. I love my sweet babies. Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. They blackball me in this industry. Lee Daniels and Dionne Warwick. No, I didn't mean to put Auntie Dion in it, but I'm just saying in general, this is how Monique does. Everything is her fault. Okay. I mean, everything is everybody else's fault and not hers. A Cat will regret adding her to the tour. I'll agree with the earlier comment. I agree with the earlier comment. Man, that was Tony that made that comment about them having a problem on the tour. I agree. Unfortunately, I do. I agree. I don't wish that on them because I would hope that they can get through it, but I definitely agree. I definitely agree. Monique is another person that just makes it hard for you to really. I mean, you know, she got her supporters or whatever, but Monique makes it extremely hard for you to support and love on her because of the things that she says and does. I mean, at least for me, I can only speak for me. It makes it hard. I just felt like everybody in in that comment section, instead of saying what the true tea is and just saying, like, yo, it just commercial number 7. Now I don't know why y'all having all these commercials. Maybe that's why my numbers is going up and down like they are. It's because of them doggone commercials. I don't know, y'all. I have to look into it. I ain't even been on long enough to be having those 7 doggone commercials. I only been on an hour. 7 commercials, that's a lot. They playing. They are playing. But I do agree with the whole Cat Williams tour thing. I do agree. I feel like Cat should have just had her on a few dates. Not enough to I hate to say it like this, but not enough to like you know, I don't know. I don't know. I just Cat, I just hope that y'all able to, you know, stay firm. I hope y'all able to stay twins. That's what I hope. Twin, where have you been? Nobody loves me like you do. Nobody can hold me like you do. Can't even eat. I don't even know the words all the way. No one is not saying that Monique isn't an issue, but if you listen to them speak, you will hear that it's his words and not hers. Absolutely. That's why I say when she gets ready to articulate a thought, he'll come in and interrupt, and here she go. Okay, Daddy. What you was gonna say, Daddy? Okay, Daddy. No, you go ahead. Go ahead, Daddy. Okay, now I don't know about this, y'all. I don't know why y'all seeing all these commercials. Okay, I'm sorry I woke the puppy up. My bad. I apologize. I apologize. Chef, I was on another CCN, folks. Channels are getting shadow banned after you go live. Your lights disappear. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I think YouTube is doing a whole lot. It's kind of stupid. I know they already sent out a notification this morning, so they probably wasn't gonna send out no whole lot of notifications. If you got a notification, I think it's lucky that you got one. But I know how YouTube operate. They send out them white folks notifications every time they go live. But they send out our notifications one time a day. We can drop 8 videos. You only gonna be notified by one. That's how they do. They don't treat us right. They don't treat us right. They don't treat us right. I am so sorry that I woke up the puppy to my singing, but y'all know that I will sing a song about anything. You know I will. And baby girl 1981, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for joining us. But yeah, so I mean, hey girl, what's the tea? I just feel like Monique just needs to please just sit back, don't respond, because your son said he don't want to respond or he's not responding again. And I feel like don't give him the space or the opportunity to respond again. A response comes with a response, and a response and a response. So just don't respond. Oh, now here's Chihuahua. I didn't get my notification. I was scrolling. That's what I'm talking about. That's how they do. Because I've already been live once today. They ain't gonna send out no notification. Hey, weird, bro. YouTube do what they want to do. YouTube do exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it. You know? The only thing is I knew they want to go get a notification over there on Twana. On the Twana. Y'all miss it though. I see these videos y'all sending me and stuff. I'm trying to stay out of it. I really am. I'm trying to stay out of it. Y'all, not they saying Apollo is gonna be at the Married to Medicine reunion behind Phaedra. Baby, now that's gonna be something. Let me read this to y'all real quick. People can exclusively reveal that this season 10 special will feature a reunion between cast member Phaedra Parks and her ex-husband Apollo Nida. Parks co-stars with Jackie Walters and Dr. Simone, Toya Bush Harris, Dr. Heavenly Combs, Quad Webb, and Letitia Lunsford, and Dr. Alicia, whatever her last name is, were all kept in the dark about Nadia's appearance. And were shocked when he showed up to the taping in January in New York, a source tells People. The audience won't get to see what went down until March the 3rd when the multi-part Married to Medicine reunion kicks off, though a reunion teaser will likely drop before the season 10 finale on February the 25th. But Nadia hasn't appeared on this season at all, something that becomes a topic of conversation on the episode of the show recently when he skipped his son Aiden's 13th birthday. Baby, honey, Apollo will be down to the Married to Medicine reunion, but that's gonna be messy, honey. That's sure enough gonna be messy. Well, I'm not gonna keep y'all long because I don't want y'all to keep getting hit with these commercials and stuff like that. But I just want to get on here and just get my 2 cents about this. I hope and pray that they're able to fix their situation. But I know with that man over there, you know, it just ain't it. I think he shouldn't have responded the first time Shay asked the question about her relationship with her son. She spoke on her side of it and moved on. The interview wasn't about him. No, it wasn't, but Prissy Poodle, you can't say in one breath that he shouldn't have responded when she's putting out a narrative that in his mind or by his experience is not true. I think we can't say that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to say that even if she was asked a question, you could always skip over a question in the interview. You chose to answer that question. So you really can't be upset with the fact that he's coming out to defend himself based off of a narrative that by his experience isn't true. Do you see where I'm going with that? That's why I don't think, honestly, he should be pent up not to respond. And especially if because Club Shay Shay ain't the only place that you have mentioned about your son either. And he don't really come out and say anything. Here you are, a celebrity. You get to mention me. You get to mention things about me in an interview that was seen by millions of people, but I cannot respond at all. I feel like that is so unfair. I do. I feel like that's unfair. Do I think that he should continue to respond? No. Do I think that any exposure needs to take place? Absolutely not. Do I think that Monique was absolutely wrong for putting out those text messages? Absolutely. Do I think Monique was wrong for responding to him with her daddy? Yes, I do. You know, that's just kind of how I feel about that. Apollo just wanted to, Andy just wanted to see Apollo again. Probably so. Probably so. But I mean, you know, I want you to have your opinion or whatever. But I just feel like that's not fair. And this is kind of what I have expressed. Like, I'm kind of going through the same thing with my mom. Like, you can't just go out building a narrative and expect for nobody to respond to that narrative, especially if it's not my truth. If it's not my experience, I can come back and rebuttal that thing. I can't. And one thing that I have to say about Shalon is the fact that he didn't badmouth her. He didn't do any of that. And that's why I feel like Monique and her daddy comes in as a problem. Because you posting those text messages, when I immediately saw that, I immediately got pissed off. Because I'm like, girl, no, this is not what we do. This further feeds into the narrative, and it further is going to make him respond. You, as a mother, just in my opinion, should have just kept quiet. Just kept quiet. And I think both of them at this point need to pick up the phone, call each other, or just keep on praying about the relationship. You know, either one. I just feel like the back and forth is it's not needed. It's not needed. And coming from her, I don't like her. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and I can understand that. I can understand that, but we gotta realize that everybody, you know, isn't us. Because I know sometimes I get a little weak, honey, and sometimes I do be wanting to respond to people. I want to read the girl down to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But I think that this situation is easier said than done, because if your mom is a person like Monique, and here you are again sitting before millions, and then not only that, but immediately after Monique says what she says, you got the internet ranting and raving about certain things when it comes to him. And I didn't think that was right either. You know, so those are just my points. I just feel like it's not fair to say that he couldn't speak out when she's mentioned him, not only in just a Club Shay Shay interview, but just period, and putting out a narrative that to him, based off of his experience, is not true. So yeah. But, you know, I understand everybody got their opinion. You know. So anyway, y'all, I just want to bring that to y'all. I'm about to get off of here. Again, bless the ketchup. Bless the ketchup. Y'all want him, y'all love him so much. Send him a ketchup for his haircut. Send him a ketchup so he can iron his clothes. Send him a ketchup so, baby, she just kept on saying it like it was right. I was about to do something on my way out. Let's see. Okay, I can't find it. I was gonna show something on my way out. I agree with you on that point. Yeah. I mean, and again, I understand, you know, people do get to a point so where they do want to respond. I feel like I I hold Monique and them to a different standard because again, like I said, when your mama famous and all of this, she got all these fans coming after you and doing all kind of stuff. And not that she called her fans out to literally go after him, but that's what they do. They do that. They was gonna do that. My mom did that to me all the time in the past in public. The church, luckily, no one believed her too much. Yeah, it's crazy. Samantha says, my thing is Monique has apologized and seemingly made efforts to move forward. He does not seem to like he wants to move forward. But I have to disagree right there. An apology means what when your actions show something different. You know what I mean? When your actions show something different, especially when it comes to a relationship with your parents, it I don't want to just hear you say, I apologize and let's do this, let's do that. I'm gonna tell you something I noticed in those text messages. And y'all might not see this as a big deal, but I do. And it is very triggering to me because my mama do it to me and I don't like it. Because I feel like if you just don't want to talk to me, just say you don't want to talk to me. But you would never be too busy to pick up that phone for your daddy. But you keep telling me, oh, I'll get back with you in 3 hours. Give me 4 hours here. Give me 2 hours here. Give me 3 hours here. Stop doing that. What's the point? Why are you texting me to tell you to give you 3 hours, my sweet baby, and I'm going to call you right back, my sweet baby? All that, you could have at least told me that on the phone so that I know that you are sincerely trying to call me back. Her trying to expose those text messages to me, you saying that is whack. And you're not changing your behavior. This goes to show again, in my opinion, that you are not really trying to put forth the effort. You're just not. And there were multiple times that he reached out, and then all of a sudden, what you want people to see is the fact that you reached out to him and he didn't reach back out to you. But you did it to him in the beginning. So it's so not fair. It's so not fair to say. And I feel like there was a time when this young man, he's asking questions. He's asking her questions and she's putting him off by saying, I'll give you a call back in 4 hours. And then the next day comes and you text him and say, oh, my sweet baby, I went to sleep. You know, like, I feel like you can't do that and say that you trying. You know what I'm saying? An apology, again, comes with effort of moving forward. And I don't feel like Monique is really trying to move forward, especially with that man that she called daddy that sits next to her. But we can't just go by the text messages. I just think that there's more to it. Of course, there's more to it. There is more to it. And I do think that they both need to go to therapy. But let's be clear. He expressed that he has tried to go to therapy with her, and she doesn't want to go to therapy, or she doesn't want to get better. And this is why I say that she needs to go to therapy by herself without Sydney to unfold all of the trauma that she has going on in her life. She can never, and this is just true tea, we can never get better in any other situation if we do not unfold our own traumas, our own hurt, our own pain. Because what we do is we put that on other people, and it's not fair. We do it all the time. And in this particular situation, Monique has to heal from her own traumas first before she can try to be that parent. Something she said out of her own mouth was she was stuck in a 15-year-old's body and her husband had to come and raise her. Ma'am, that tells me that you aren't in a place. Unfortunately, I'm going to call it out, but you're not in a place to be that mother that he's looking for. He's hurt. He's in pain too. The only way that they are going to be able to fix that is if she goes to therapy, uncover all of her traumas, and then they can go together. Besides that, it that's the only way that they can, in my opinion, that they can move forward. And again, there are things that we always don't know that happens behind the scenes. So there's always more to it. There is. But she put those text messages out to prove a point. And I feel like the point that she was trying to prove, he had already proved of Monique. You know, I just again feel like the healing comes from within. And I'm teaching to I'm preaching to myself as well, because I'm not a perfect person. But I am realizing these things, like you got to uncover your own issue first before you're able to at least try to reconcile or fix a situation. Because here I was trying to fix a relationship with me and my mom, but then I'm like, child, let's fix these traumas you got to deal with for yourself before you start trying to bring something else in to weigh on to what you already dealing with. Deal with these things first, you know. So I think that that's why I am with Monique now. Like I just want her to heal. I want her to deal with things, but I feel like that's not gonna come with that daddy next to her, with her daddy. I just don't, you know. So anyway, I know a lot of people are gonna have like subjective opinions on this, which is okay. It's totally okay. I just wanted to give this from a standpoint of really understanding where this young man is coming from, because what Monique is doing to him is being done to me. Like, it literally happening in this moment. And a, a gaslighting feeling when you're expressing your true feelings is one of the most hurtful things, and to receive it from a parent is even worse. So I think daddy need to get over there, and her daddy, I need to quit saying it. I think her daddy need to get over there, just kind of hold off on this one, allow Monique and her son to deal with this. But we know that's not gonna happen based off of who he is, you know. So anyway, child, I hope that this is the last time we got to talk about this. Actually, it'll probably be the last time I talk about it. I don't care if no other videos come out, because I think at this point I'm over the back and forth. So hopefully this is over with. And then, like I said again, if it ain't over with, I'm not reporting on it no more. I'm done with it. I want Monique to fix it. I want her son to fix it, if that's what they truly want, and let's move on, you know. But I don't want to dismiss no one's feelings. I just don't. But y'all, apologies come with change behavior. Hey, Deshaunda, that's true. That is so true. That's where accountability kicks in. That's where accountability kicks in. I think it's all. Listen, life is a learning lesson, is it not? Is it something that we go through every day? We learn something new every day throughout this walk. Ain't none of us perfect out here, and we can all learn in some area, in some way, shape, or form. And I just feel like that this is a learning lesson for the both of them, and I hope that they heed to it and grow from it. Okay, so a couple of announcements before I head out. You guys know that we are doing our crowdfund raffle. Okay. So this is a Amazon gift card, a virtual Amazon gift card that you can just add to your account, and you can use it to check out. You can even use it for your shipping. But please, 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 in order to be a part of this drawing, we are producing our own content. And what that means is donations of $25 or more over to the crowdfund. More than one donation, of course, gets you multiple entries. And if you don't want to go to the crowdfund link, you can definitely head over to Cash App and send that over to Chef Don Don 2, $ Chef Don Don 2, and put crowdfund in the memo line. Okay. Also, today is the final day for Hotline Bling chat rooms application. Okay, if you guys do not know what Hotline Bling chat room, it is a virtual talk show where we discuss hot topics trending topics, fashions, reality TV, and so much more. We are set to premiere in March. So please make sure you head over and get those applications in, because today is the final day for those applications. All right. Today is the final day for those applications. That information is now on the screen. Head over to our website, which is www.tcddproductions.com. All right. I appreciate that. What I will also do as well, or what we also need, we are looking for producers, editors, people who have background in producing. And if you do not have any background in producing, at least willing to learn those ropes, if you have a little free time, we can do, there are virtual positions available. So please head over to our Instagram page and send us a DM, and we'll be more than happy to take care of you from there. All right. So I think that is all of the church announcements that I have at the very moment. Make sure you guys again hit that like button. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and bang that notification bell. Patrons, I'm still working on some things for you guys. We may do another live, because I got some other stuff I'm gonna talk about that I really will probably only talk about behind the paywall. So y'all just be on the lookout for y'all notifications. Okay. All right. With that being said, I will check you guys in the next video. Much love, much love. And if you're watching the replay of this video, hit that like button. Hit that like